eventually I wouldn't want to be in a tiny house. Like, okay, I'll probably do this for a while, but eventually, and now I have no desire to live in a big house ever again.
Everyone changes their mind.
Yeah.
Everyone says that they don't want to live in a big house anymore.
And in fact, I think I could go, if it were just me, I could go smaller.
Ei, corre, corre, corre. Já?
Sim.
Está chovendo. Estamos chegando na nossa primeira tiny house. Olá, hoje nós vamos conhecer a tiny house da Lee Pira. Uma tiny house que nós conhecemos em Washington DC quando nós fomos fazer o curso da TH Lab, a Tiny House Colaborativa.
A Lee Pira é geógrafa, educadora e uma líder comunitária. Ela já morou em 27 casas em 6 países diferentes e uma das coisas que ela mais ama sobre as tiny houses é que elas ao mesmo tempo oferecem mobilidade e estabilidade. Além de ter construído a própria tiny house, a Lee é uma das fundadoras da primeira comunidade de tiny houses sobre rodas nos Estados Unidos, a Boneyard Studios, localizada em Washington, D.C. Em 2012, a Lee comprou uma tiny house com estrutura construída sobre um trailer de 5,5 metros. A ideia era terminar a construção. Mas, quando foram buscar, ela e seu amigo Tony perceberam que a casa não aproveitava 100% da base do trailer. Como isso não fazia sentido nenhum, eles optaram por demolir e recomeçar do zero a sua construção. Ela também contou com a ajuda de outro amigo para projetar e construir o deck removível, a cobertura contra a chuva e outros detalhes inovadores para aproveitamento de espaço, como a escada e o armário que desliza. O telhado foi todo refeito, incluindo assim um loft espaçoso, com mais janelas, proporcionando melhor iluminação natural.
Essa tiny house foi construída só de madeira. Tá bom? Tchau!
Não sei se vocês sabem, mas a gente faz parte desse lindo movimento Tiny House também aqui no Brasil. Assim como a Lee Pira, nós construímos a nossa própria Tiny House no Brasil. A gente tem uma empresa fabricante de Tiny House e também a gente ensina você a construir por conta própria, que nem essa moça fez. Nosso objetivo com esse vídeo é te trazer inspiração e mostrar que sim, é possível. Se ela construiu a própria casa, você também pode fazer isso. Robson, eu quero adquirir uma Tiny House. É só clicar no link da bio. Lá você vai ter acesso ao nosso programa de mentoria e também às nossas redes sociais para você conseguir atendimento especializado. Sejam todos bem-vindos e segue o vídeo.
É a nossa primeira tiny house da Lee, uma das instrutoras do curso, e é linda! Eu tô apaixonada pela casa dela.
The best part is I don't feel claustrophobic.
Oh no, it's cold. Okay, so we are at Lee's house in DC. She built it herself, most of it. Thanks for having us. It's a really, really nice place, really cute. I don't want to leave. What do you think was, because you live in a bigger place?
Right, very big, yeah.
Was it difficult to downsize, to get used to small spaces, to the tiny house?
It wasn't actually as hard as I thought it would be. It was actually quite easy once I was in here. I think the biggest takeaway or learning for me was that your lifestyle doesn't change that much. Like if you're messy and kind of a person who throws stuff around in your big house, building a tiny house isn't automatically going to make you organized. Just because you live small doesn't mean you're organized. So that was the learning process for me, because you do have to be more organized in a tiny house. You don't have as much space to just throw stuff. Yeah.
And so your life didn't change much, but what do you think was the bad thing about?
I think just the fact that everything's sort of right within reach, right? So even like still I can't find things, but there's not that many places to look. Like, oh, I can't find where I put that, but it's going to be there or there. It's, you know, I don't have a huge house that I have to go searching for something.
And about the quality, your life quality, did it improve? You have a better, or no?
I guess I would say I feel like I was already sort of living the tiny house lifestyle, and the fact of like really trying to be intentional about choices I made. But yes, I can't. Like, I don't go and just buy random things anymore. Like, for clothes, for instance, I really think, like, hey, do I need that? If so, I need to take something else out of my closet to fit that. So I used to have 5 bicycles.
Just for you?
Because I love riding. And now I have 2 and I don't even use one of them. I've only used one. I thought, oh yeah, I didn't really need those, but I just had them. So yeah, it's changed in the sense of I buy more quality things and not as many things. Whereas before, I think I was like, okay, I'll get that, and if it breaks, I get rid of it. And now it's like, no, I want to buy one pair of pants or like clothes, like really good quality stuff that will last a long time, and not just going to Target and buying whatever is there. Or if I do that, go to the thrift store and change stuff out regularly.
Okay.
I think it allows you to actually be more creative with the things you use. Because you have to get rid of things, you know, to accept new things. So,
Right. You do differently? What do you regret doing in a tiny house?
I think. Well, this is a little bit smaller than I wanted, just because I like having people over. So, but I just create a lot of outdoor space where I can hang out with people. So I'm kind of taking care of that. But I would probably make it a little bit bigger and make a side entry, just a little bit different design.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really regret at all. In fact, I thought that eventually I wouldn't want to be in a tiny house. Like, okay, I'll probably do this for a while, but eventually, and now I have no desire to live in a big house ever again.
Everyone changes their mind.
Yeah.
Everyone says that. They don't want to live in a big
No.
house anymore.
And in fact, I think I could go, if it were just me, I could go smaller. Like when we all living in vans, and I still would like to do that someday, just very, very minimal. So I think that's the biggest learning experience, is like, wow, I could have even gone smaller. I like this space a lot for me, but I can get rid of more stuff.
Okay.
I could be even more of a minimalist in this space than I am.
And for us as a family, what
Yeah.
do you think would be the biggest challenge?
I think having a space where like kids will play wherever, right? They don't need a ton of space because they can play. But for you guys, like, okay, where do I want the kids to be playing? So when you were thinking about the bunk bed and the play space, that's great, because then you're already thinking that way.
Yeah.
For me and my partners, it's important to have like a separate work area. So when we're designing, like thinking about a new house, it's like, okay, that those steps in the back to the loft with like a desk and a seated area back there, a kitchen, and then a living area. So someone could be hanging out in the living area and someone can be working, and there's a kitchen and the bathroom kind of between those spaces.
Okay.
Versus having the living area and the work area right next door. To me, that's important.
Yeah.
In a new space that I would be living in with someone else.
And it will be bigger than this one, a little bit.
Yeah, it will be bigger. It'll be a good 6 feet bigger. So it'll be like past my deck. So it'll be quite a bit bigger. And still it'll only be 24 feet, which people now are building till 30 feet. And so it still won't be huge, but it's going to be substantially bigger.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Come on, let's go. We need